Hey guys, I hope all of you are doing great. We were in Auroville for more than a month and we had a really nice experience. But before I move with my experience, let me tell you a little bit about Auroville, how it came about and everything. Auroville was a vision of Shri Aurobindo, an Indian sage, and later it was founded by Mira Alfasa, or the mother. The task of giving a concrete form to Shri Aurobindo's vision was entrusted to the mother. The creation of a new world, a new humanity, a new society expressing and embodying the new consciousness is the work she has undertaken. By the very nature of things, it is a collective ideal that calls for a collective effort so that it may be realized in terms of an integral human perfection, said by the mother. Auroville was founded in 1968 and people from 124 nations participated in this inauguration. Nearly 5,000 people attended. The planned city is of 5 km diameter and the planned population is around 50,000 people. Current population of the place was 3,300, but it's not including the guests, it's just the people who are called Aurovillians. So that's a little bit about the Auroville. So we got to know about Auroville when we were in Nepal. We met few friends who lived in Auroville for a long time. Gagan, Johanna and Anna. The way they told about the Auroville, that it's a community living, people from all around the world are there, you live with them together, you will eat with them together, and there are thousands of different things to do there, you can volunteer there. After hearing all these things, immediately wanted to go there. But for a long time, I didn't get the opportunity. Recently in August, we were in Chennai for Sabina's visa. There it just popped in my head that, oh, Auroville, it's not so far. There are many ways to go to the Auroville. You can go by flight also. Nearest airport is Pondicherry. You can go by road. So we took a taxi from Chennai to Auroville and we paid around 3,500 rupees. Within 3 hours we were there in Auroville. The second you will enter, the first thing you will notice is so much of nature. There were trees all around you and so much of space is left just for the trees. The first place where we stayed, it was called Abundance Guest House. Really nice. There were so many flowers and the trees were decorated. A beautiful stone sculpture of Ganesha was there. Paths were made up of the stones. The person who was taking care of the place used to cook sometime dosa in the morning, sometime idli. We stayed there for 3 days. We paid 3,500 in Abundance Guest House per day. In the second guest house where we stayed in was called Sarangana Guest House. That was really interesting place. We never stayed in a place like that before. You get the vibe of like old days, how people used to stay 50 years ago or something. And there were so many trees, plants, it was even more dense than the last one. So you look out of the any window, trees, and it got super dark in the night. In Sarangana Guest House we paid 2,500, but that place had a gym, a swimming pool, a yoga hall and breakfast in the morning. Then the third place we stayed in was Center Guest House. Week we stayed in this place, this building, and then in the back there are more buildings. For other week we stayed there. Here is the laundry area. They give you the laundry service also, just in the package. Look at this stone statue here. And you get the bicycle also within the price. I think they were charging us 2,000 rupees per day for 2 people and they are giving breakfast and dinner. Best part about that place which I really liked was a huge banyan tree which is around 300-year old, and I even climbed that tree and this tree made the experience really good. The fourth place where we stayed for 2 weeks was Serendipity Guest House. That place became special for us. 3 important reasons. One was the people who were there, really nice, and then second was the community kitchen where many people used to cook together and we used to eat together. The third and most important reason personally for me was yoga hall or joy hall. That's where I used to do my Isha yoga practices, which is really important part of my day, and finding a nice place for that is a blessing for me. So this hall was made such a way that it was open from all the side. There was just a mosquito net, and on the top there was this like of a structure. It's supportive for meditation and yoga. So every single time I enjoyed doing my practices there. What makes this place even more special is they have different type of accommodation there. They have domes, huts, concrete buildings. One more interesting thing about Serendipity Guest House was they give the discount. If you are young and below 30, they give you 10% discount. And if you are staying more than 1 week, they are giving you 10% discount. So that's about guest houses. Next thing is, what are the things to do there? So many things to do there. 1 month is not enough at all. So one of the many things we did was visiting the botanical garden. Anna introduced us about botanical garden, whom we met in Nepal. So we booked our lunch there. We went for the lunch. Botanical garden is not just about the food. There is a lot more to explore there. That's where we met Monica. So who is Aurovillian, half Japanese and half Italian. So I lost the audio of this video, but she was telling an interesting story how Japanese folks used to tell their kids that if you don't eat every last grain of the rice, your eyes will pop. Also, she had every last grain. She have a really interesting story, but not just that, she volunteered there in botanical garden for a long time. So she had complete knowledge of whole garden. She knew about every single plant and what are their uses, and she knew where is what in the whole garden, because it was a huge garden. There were many garden inside this garden, Japanese garden, Indian garden, and there was a cactus garden. Thousands of the cactus there and Monica knew everything about them. So really glad that we met her. We also met Vaishali there, who is herself a YouTuber and a traveler. So you can check out her channel in the description below. To my amazement, there was a maze as well, which was big enough and you can get lost for a few minutes there. You can learn dance there, martial art there, you can learn different languages there, cinema and many things you can do. As I told, 1 month is not enough at all. Next most important thing in Auroville which makes it different is volunteering. Farmhouses, activities of the center, even there you can volunteer. Volunteer means willingly you are doing something, and when you do this anywhere you do it, it becomes a awesome experience. And when you do it in a place like Auroville, it's bound to become a nice experience. You meet new people there, you spend time with them and doing activity with everybody. Definitely a great experience. This is one of the things you should do even for 1 day, 2 day, or as many as days you wish. Another very important thing which decide how our experience going to be is food. So for the food, there are so many different places and so many different variety of food. You will be amazed by that, because any cuisine you can imagine, it's there. Korean, Chinese, continental, Indian, South Indian, North Indian, Thai. There are cafes and restaurants for all those. And then there is vegan food available, which I was really surprised. So much vegan food was available. Vegan cake, chocolates, vegan brownies, and what different we experienced was there were farmhouses like Botanical Garden where we went, and Solitude Farm, Buddha Garden, and Sadhana Forest also. So in these places you get the food which they grow in their farm. It's like fresh food, and when you eat it you really feel it, like your body will tell it, okay, we had nice food. You feel really light and awesome. So in the end, I want to say food will not be an issue in Auroville. The most important part of Auroville is Matrimandir. On the website I read it, and it is said that Matrimandir is the soul of Auroville. So you can imagine how significant that place is for all the people who live there. People are taking care of that place with devotion, and you will see that when you are there. Around the Matrimandir there is a huge park, and you will see it's spotless clean and it's really peaceful there. I talked with many people who went inside the temple, and all of them had a really awesome experience. So one of the other person said that she felt as if she is in another world altogether. The cleanliness and everything was so white. One thing I noticed is so many tourists who visit there, they don't know that they can even go inside the Matrimandir. It's just that because of Corona, they have made it such that you can visit only during Saturdays, and later they increase the days also, like 1 or 2 days in a week you can't visit, other days you can visit. But the thing is, on the spot you cannot go. You have to book it 3 days or 4 days in advance. They will give you a time. During this time you can visit that place if you will email them, and this is the email you can use for booking your spot. Visitor center, which is the center where you will go for the first time, and all the information is available there. Really nice place to eat food. Yeah, we don't leave any place related to food. So I will read few lines from the mother. She says, "It is like the force, the central force of Auroville, the cohesive force of Auroville. The Matrimandir will be the soul of Auroville. The sooner it is there, the better it will be for everybody, and especially for Aurovillians. And let it not become a religion, for heaven's sake." Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next one.